Whoa. Aren't you a tall one? Got a little hole right there to stick you up, but I'm gonna use this hole instead. And ta fucking duh. Hello, my germs and sperms, especially all you germs, and oh shit. My face is up this way. Hello, welcome. It's a new tripod. As you saw, I got one through the Amazon. And I essentially, hold on, I'm still adjusting, figuring out. Because, as you can see, it's very, holy, okay. I need to, hold on. I need to fuck with the base real quick. If you don't mind just dangling over there at any moment about to potentially fall to do. Okay, so, actually, what I need to do is I need to bring this back some. That doesn't help any. This thing is a tiny bit too tall for its own good. Alright, well, you're still at danger of falling over, but you're at slightly less danger now, so that's good. But, yeah, as you saw there, that is your new tripod. Actually, hold on, I think I can get it to sit low. It doesn't matter. Give me a second. I'm not prepared. But luckily, my room is literally one door over. So, this is it. Oh shit. That's what you're currently sitting in. This is what you used to sit in. This is a sack of shit. This is one of those cheap, like, 20, 30, 40 buck little tripods you find at, like, a Walmart or something. And, as you can see, yeah, legs broke. I did that. But, I mean, it was already broken. The stuff up here, this little doohickey, it never sat on there right. It would fall off. And this little metal part right here, there's supposed to be like some sort of screw that goes in there. Or you can't really see it because my hand's too big. But yeah, there's like a screw that's supposed to go in there that you can twist to adjust how far this part extends. Only problem is, it broke incredibly quickly. So I never had it at its max range. And that was fine for my old house, because I didn't have to worry about that. I could just pop out the leg and shoosh. This was enough leggage. But when it comes to the current house, that didn't work. So I had to literally pop it open and like sit it in a chair or on a table or on my bed, which it didn't like any of those, and it would constantly fall off, wouldn't look right when recording. So I said, fuck it, taped up the bottom, and boom, it just like sat like this forever. Until I broke it. And which case, you know, a tripod's no good with only 2 functioning legs. I probably could have duct taped the third one back on and called it a day, but I decided not to. And I would just bite the bullet and get a new one off Amazon, which I did. That's the one you're currently sitting in. It's a little wobbly, it's a little wibbly, but I feel like trading the stability for the adjustments. Like, this is a flexible tripod. You want to see how flexible it is? Wabam! You're upside down. Ain't it amazing? And now I just have to whatcha, you're at the chiropractor's. But because of how heavy my phone is this even, holy shit, that's not in all the way. No, it was. I'm just an idiot. So anyways, yeah, that's the old one. And I wanted to show you guys that, because if you're just starting out on YouTube and you need a cheap and easy tripod, you could use one of those. It's the little green on things. But what I highly recommend is whatever this thing is called. I would try to pronounce it, but my English is kind of shit. You can tell that because I'm American. Anyways, if I turn you this way a little ways, I could show you what I've been up to. And what I've been up to is really fucking awesome. And it's kind of becoming a problem. It's to the point now where I need more storage space for them. And that is, of course, comic books. Don't ask why the first one I put out was the new TMNT series by IDW. It was just the one on top. And, yeah. That's what we're here to talk about. I'm here to go through the stack of red comics, because there is a stack of comics that is not red, which I will not be pulling out because I have not read them, and I don't know why I am doing this, but it feels kind of good. Actually, I've been having trouble with my shoulder hurting. You know, trying to pop it. Not my shoulder, my fucking elbow. Where's it? One of my elbows has been hurting, and I've been trying to, like, pop it for like a week now. But, yeah, we got Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles, the new series started by IDW, issue 1, really good. You know, something you can pick out if you're a fan. And I've got a bunch of other stuff here that we can go through. I'm not going to touch on every little one, I'm just going to touch on the stuff that I've read, that is really good, and in my opinion, is a must-read. And right on next to that is Ultraman Cross Avengers. Let me pull the tripod closer, because as it is, you can't even see the artwork. Wha-bam bam. You're closer to my face, and now you can probably see the artwork a little bit better. I mean, it's a cool comic. It's a #1, so, you know, there's multiple issues that haven't come out yet that I haven't read, so I've only gotten the first tiny little part of the story. But, I mean, you know, I have no idea what the fucking Ultraman is. I know what Avengers is. And, yeah, I picked it up just because I saw it was Avengers, and I was like, oh, cool, I like those guys. Anyways, speaking of a cover I really only picked up because it had people I recognized, we got Spider-Man, Deadpool, Wolverine, that guy, Blue Man Group, and Woman. So, yeah, this one is actually really cool in my opinion, because it's as you can read by the title, it's Marvel's 85th anniversary special, and it takes place like years in the future, and it just contains a bunch of little short stories about various Marvel heroes. You got a Spider-Man story, and the whole thing is like tied together by Wolverine and Deadpool, like stopping like an underground smuggling operation in the future. It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Let's see, what do we have next? Because they're out of order, they're kind of spread out, but because it's right here, we have, in my opinion, one of the best things that I've read so far, and one of my personal favorites, because it's a complete series that I've read, Iron Man Noir. As far as I'm aware, these are the only Iron Man Noir comics in existence. There's only 4 issues, and it's a complete 4-issue story. And it's really cool. These are complete... I don't know why, but it's 3, 2, 4, 1. I don't know why they are that out of order. That's not the order that I read them. I read them in order, but yeah. Iron Man Noir is pretty cool. It's just Iron Man, but now it takes place in like the 1920s, 1930s-ish. World War II hasn't happened yet. Ooh. This one I read, and I picked up Phases of the Moon Knight, and it's kind of cool. It's kind of a little anthology that follows 2 different Moon Knights from 2 different periods. We got the dude up here that's like in ancient Egypt times. He's really cool. And then we've got current day with the current Moon Knight. This, I'm not going to spoil, especially this guy, because I think that's really cool. And it's the only reason I even know who Moon Knight is and even care about Moon Knight. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about these, since these are also back-to-back. Daredevil, Woman Without Fear. I only picked this up because I went to the comic book store like 3-4 times across the course of a month, and every time I saw #1 just sitting there, I was like, oh damn, nobody's buying it. And then when I saw #2 came out, I was like, oh damn, nobody's buying it again. So I picked up both issues out of curiosity, thinking, okay, I'll get part 1 and then I'll read part 2, you know, just so that way I have something to really chew on. And guys, Daredevil Woman Without Fear is pretty good. Also, this is one thing I want to talk about. Almost every fucking comic from Marvel I've read so far that's modern has the fucking Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack now available. And I swear to Christ, if I pick up one more book advertising Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack, okay, we're safe. We're fine. Motherfucker! This one I'm not going to talk about for a little bit. I'm actually trying to get all these in order as I'm going through them, because they are very out of order. We got Deadpool Team Up. I'm going to be honest, I read this and was kind of okay, this I want to talk about, because this is really cool. This is a, it was free. One time, went up there, bought the comics, they picked this up, shoved it in my bag, and said, there you go. And I was like, oh, cool. I got home, opened it up, and it's a full-ass fucking comic inside. Actually, it's 3 comics. And let me get back here so that way I can point it out and you can all see. This little freebie that I got contains, what is it, Spectacular Spider-Man #2, Gods 2, whoever the fuck they are, and Avengers Twilight #1. Avengers Twilight, I'm not going to spoil. That is a must-read in my opinion. If you like superheroes, or you like the Avengers, or if you just like comic books, in my opinion, that's a must-read. It's a really good story. I haven't finished it, obviously, because it's only #1. But it's really fucking cool. Gods, it was cool, I guess. Doctor Strange showed up. But Spectacular Spider-Man especially. It is like, imagine, like, the Insomniac games, but as a comic. That is how it just, I read it and it filled me with joy. So speaking of Spectacular Spider-Man, I have issue 5. If you're wondering why they're fighting each other, you should go down to your comic book store and pick one up. Or you could wait like 2 more months for the Volume 1 to come out. And then I've got a bunch of one-offs here. I got Iron Fist, Iron Man Legacy. This one I like particularly because the back, like, it's a full story. Let's see if I can't find it. It's like a full Iron Man story. And yeah, in the very back, it has a reprint of the first ever Iron Man appearance and fully shows off his entire origin. I turned to the wrong page by mistake, trying to pull it. Anyways, I already mentioned I got Iron. Okay, this one I want to bitch about. So, you see it. It's a comic book. X-Force joins Spider-Man. Sounds pretty cool, right? It's not. Because to read this book, you have to read it like it's a fucking porn magazine. You don't believe me? Take a look at it for yourself. Everything. The words, the panels, everything is fucking sideways. That's how it is for this entire book. There's also a Sonic the Hedgehog ad, so how mad at it can you be? It also opens up with a fucking rock heading straight for Spider-Man's overly sized bulge. So, you know, how bad can it be? Okay. Right off the bat, another must-read in my opinion. Plastic Man No More. Again, similar to what I said about Avengers Twilight. If you like superheroes, if you like DC, if you just like comic books, and good comic books at that, Plastic Man No More. It's really fucking cool. Essentially, he's hit with a heat laser, and he starts fucking dying. I'm not going to spoil the rest of it, but that's pretty much most of issue 1. Just him dealing with the problem. We got some more Batman. We got, like, the only Batman comic I own. We got some Miles Molasses, and we have Disappointment. Justice League #1. It's kind of shit. So we've got Green Lantern, Aquaman, Wonder Woman, Flash, and Martian Manhunter fighting Star the Conqueror, and I'm gonna be honest, it fucking sucks. So each of the heroes fight Starro on their own, and they literally only beat him because Martian Manhunter breathes on him. I kid you not, they like threw some weird chemical up in the air. He went, and they killed him. Just like that. Fucking boring. That one I only sat down and read through while playing some games of Fortnite with the boys. And if I was reading that comic on my own, not on a call with the guys playing Fortnite in between matches, I would have gone insane and would not have finished the book. We got some Thor. I got one. It's an annual that's pretty good. It's a pretty good thing. We got Green Lantern. I'm trying to find the good shit. Okay, I'm trying to find the good shit in here. Because trust me, there is a lot of good shit. I guess I'll go ahead and talk about Venom War. First off, we got Venom War Zombiotes. Cool. Marvel Zombies, I guess. But then, my favorite trend to come out of Venom War is different Marvel characters getting Venom symbiotes like fucking Black Widow. And then, of course, then there's what everyone's heard of, Peter Parker getting the motherfucking Venom symbiote and putting it on. And which then immediately follows up with Venom War number 2, where he fights Eddie and his son, who are also wearing their own symbiotes. It's a fucking cool story, okay? It's kind of cool. I kind of like it. Then there's Chasm. I don't like what they're doing with Ben Reilly. I don't like it. I read, I think it was the 2018 Ben Reilly run. Didn't like it. Didn't like what they did to my boy. You know, I get it. You know, I get it. They're trying to do things with him. They're trying to tell a story. But I don't care. Spirit of Vengeance, pretty cool. I like Ghost Rider. I saw the movies. I also like how throughout this comic it flips between the original Ghost Rider and some other Ghost Rider who is this guy. If you're a if you're a comic nerd and know who he is, please tell me because I would like to know. I'm very interested in what the fuck is going on. We got some Daredevil. Now the Daredevil is another one I want to gush about for a little bit because Daredevil number 13 I read, I put down, and I actually completely rethought my life and everything in it. So, yeah, love to Daredevil 13. 36, there's a lot in between 13 and 36 that I missed, but it's all kind of interconnected as one big plot. Let's see, what else we got? We got Silver Sable. Nobody cares about that. I'm pretty sure people only know who you are because of the Insomniac games. And then we got some X-Men. We got this one. This one I like. This is NYX. It's essentially a New York X-Men team. And I kind of like it. It's made me a fan of Kamala Khan, Miss Marvel. Then, you know, we got Wolverine, X-23 Wolverine, and then a bunch of others who I don't know who the fuck are. And, yeah. I really don't have much to say. I just kind of want to gush about how good some of this... Oh, this came out recently. Like, last week or so. We have TMNT Night Watcher. This one is surprisingly good. It surprised me with how good it was. I thought it was going to be Michelangelo in the turtle armor. It's not. That is for... And if you want to know who, that is for you to find out and for you to enjoy. Spoiler, it's not one of the Ninja Turtles. Wolverine Revenge. So this is another really cool, really good one. The premise of this book is essentially Wolverine is off on some dinosaur island, and apparently like some nuclear meteor hits the Earth. I haven't read it in a while. It's been like 2 weeks since I read it, and I've read like a bunch of other books in between that. But getting back to the point, fucking Deadpool and Wolverine soundtrack again. But yeah, towards the end of it, essentially, Wolverine, Captain America, and the rest of their team, who were sent in by S.H.I.E.L.D. to go and get some device to turn the power back on for the world, because the power was knocked out during a meteor event. And essentially, Deadpool, Colossus, Sabretooth, and like three others, all kill Captain America and Bucky by implanting a bomb in their chest and blowing it up, and then blowing up Wolverine just for him to start healing back and swearing revenge on all of them. And it's really cool, and I can't wait for others to come out. We got the second issue of Black Widow's Symbiote. We got another Marvel Zombies. This one, Groot, is the one that starts the zombie infection, which is kind of cool. It's actually a really cool night. There's I like that one just because of the character interactions. Like, there's, like, right before it starts, Captain America literally gives Groot the I'm not mad, I'm just disappointed talk to a fucking sentient tree. Like, what the actual fuck? And then the next three just kind of shooting off real quick that I've read that I liked. We got Red Lanterns. Guy Gardner is asked by Hal Jordan to go and join the Red Lanterns to be undercover and learn all of their secrets. We have Red Hood and the Outlaws, a nice little Red Hood book, you know. For some reason, Bizarro is smart. Don't know what that's about. Gonna have to read more of that and find out. And my personal little thing that I just love is Super Sons. It's kind of cool. You got Superman's son, Batman's son. They fucking hate each other, but they're also like a bromance. It's really cool. And if I can find it again, we have a shit ton of Spider-Man. We've already talked about Black Widow. Fuck, it's all disorganized. I was trying to organize it as I went through, but I didn't. And we have a couple of issues of the current Zeb Wells Spider-Man run. Now, to give my opinion, after only reading 4 issues, and also setting up on all the stuff that he's done in his run, that I also personally don't agree with and think is stupid, like turning Peter into the Green Goblin, I can see how that would be cool, but it is my personal philosophy that there is no bad stories, no bad games, no bad comics, no bad movies, no bad shows, no bad writers, just bad execution. And I only read the tail end of it because that was what was available when I went to read Amazing Spider-Man. It's kind of nothing. We got the whole Tombstone thing. That's kind of cool. There's some cool moments in there. Especially how Peter's on a date with this chick. And, fuck, my throat's drying out. And, yeah. Rhino and Screwball are literally causing a little havoc. Doing a little tomfoolery. And, yeah, Peter literally walks up, goes outside and says, "Hey, stop it. I'm on a date. And if this doesn't go well, I might fucking kill myself." And they're like, "Cool." And then Rhino proceeds to get set up on online dating, just to, in a later issue, we see the aftermath of that, where he is literally on a date. And it is fucking amazing. Venom Wars Spider-Man I love just because it's Peter in the black suit, and they're like being friends with each other. They're like being friendly. They're enjoying each other's company. It's fun banter. Then we got my baby, my beloved, my precious Miguel O'Hara, Spider-Man 2099. Can you tell I love this version of Spider-Man? Fun fact, this is my favorite version of Spider-Man out there. From the suit, to the guy in the mask, to the powers. I mean, the powers aren't really nothing to, start about organic webbing. He's got talons instead of sticky phalanges, so he doesn't stick. He, digs his little talons into walls and shit to stick. No spider sense, but enhanced senses, which, it's pretty much just all... it's not what spider sense is, the warning, but... it's essentially just spider sense, but for the human body. Or just Daredevil, if you want to get down to the nitty-gritty. And what else? Oh yeah, there's the fact that he can fucking bite people and paralyze them with actual fucking fangs. This motherfucker's a vampire. Vulture 2099 is a motherfucking cannibal, and I love it. Not the cannibal part, I just love that they did something like that. I already talked about Chasm. Black Widow is not a Spider-Man book. Why is it over here? Did I already talk about? Yeah, I've already talked about the Venom War stuff. Did I mention how apparently Miles Morales is a fucking vampire? Yeah. Dude's apparently turning into a vampire in the current Miles Morales comics. I don't fucking get it. But he nearly kicks the shit out of the Vulture and is apparently banging his granddaughter, so... Mad respect to this quirked up black boy. I would say quirked up white boy, but that would be, I don't know what would have in my career if I said that. So, moving on, before I dig myself an even deeper grave, I already talked about Porn Comic the Spider over here. Every fucking time I open, it's always on a fucking ad. I swear. These books are nothing but ads sometimes. And then we have one of my personal favorite books that I've been reading. It is a Spider-Man book. But holy fucking shit. This one book single-handedly proves why Spider-Man 2 is a good adaptation of Venom and the Black Suit. And that is purely... and I'll get to that in a moment. But this comic run is none other than Spider-Man, Black Suit, and Blood. And, it's a little anthology series that's going to run for like 4 issues. The first 2 are out so far. And holy fuck, guys. Issue 2 in particular, and I'm going to see if I can find it. I'm going to see if I can't find it. So, it just kind of follows Peter Parker when he had the black suit. It's not like a cohesive story. It's kind of just like random bits and bobs showing off the black suit's effect on Peter physically, mentally, how the people around him react to him having the black suit and going through these changes, the early days, the end of days, just everything. Him fighting crime with people. It's just so cool. And it's all in like this cool black and white aesthetic with random red highlights. Here it is. This little, I can't tell if I'm giving it just, but yeah, this little panel right here where he knocks the shit out of Flash Thompson single-handedly proves to me, and it should prove to the world, why Spider-Man 2 was a good adaptation. Because whenever you're doing a black suit story, and I firmly believe, whenever you're doing a black suit story, if you can make the reader feel uncomfortable, like, when I was playing Spider-Man 2, I got to a point where I literally stopped, my jaw was dropped, I did not want to keep playing. Because just watching the story unfold and knowing that I am in control, and every time I hit the square button, I am breaking somebody's kneecaps with a single punch, that is good. And reading Black Suit and Blood, when I got to that part of it, I literally sat there and did not want to turn the page for like a full minute. I just sat there. Like, holy fucking shit, I'm not turning the page. And then I did, and then I really enjoyed myself because it's a really good story. Anyways, what else is there? Is that everything? Is that everything I wanted to go through? It's not. But I don't have anything else here right now. That is all in the closet, the comic closet. So if you would give me just a second to come over here. Like I said, I'm not going to pull out the stuff. Actually, I'm not going to pull it out because it's a big mess in there. I don't know, and I don't want to make a mess. It's going to be hard enough to get these books back inside where they sit in my closet. But, yeah. That's pretty much it. I've also been reading New Avengers. That's really good. And Ultimate Spider-Man and just the current Ultimate comics in general. I want to read the Ultimates. I want to read Ultimate Black Panther. I've currently, I started reading Ultimate Invasion, haven't finished it yet, pretty good so far. Then I've also got stuff like All-Star Superman, a bunch of other DC comics. I've been reading the old Amazing Spider-Man run by Stan Lee and Steve Ditko. Pretty good stuff. You know, kind of, yeah, it still holds up. At least it holds up better than the Silver Age Flash. I'll give it that. And then, you know, then there's the obvious stuff that I've been reading for years now, and that is the IDW Spider-Man comics, and those are especially good. I might do a whole video dedicated to those one day. But, yeah, that's it. Wanted to show off the tripod, wanted to show off some comics that I've been reading. And, yes, I highly recommend, because this is unironically something that has helped me with my depression and stuff like that. Mostly because, you know, just take a day, go to the comic book store, don't worry about spending too much money or just buy. You see, just buy. Then come home, sit down, crack it open, read like 4 or 5 in a row, take a break, do something productive that you were intending to do that day, something around the house, get done, sit down, read some more, and then whatever you don't finish, just read it throughout the week. And if you don't finish it by the time you're ready to go back to the comic store, don't worry about it. Again, you don't really have to use the same stuff that I use, you know, how I've been using comics and stuff to deal with the trauma and stuff, and to help get, you know, myself emotionally right and stable, and to fix my mood whenever I'm in a sour mood. But, another thing, I mean, really anything could work. Hell, go to a GameStop and buy some games. Just find, if you're going through similar struggles that I am right now, and just struggling with life in general, just save up some money, have a nice little cash fund that is set aside exclusively for you to just blow away, just so that way, you know, blow some money, get your dopamine running, and then get home, sit down, and just forget everything. And trust me, just having that one day where everything is off the table, you are not a responsible individual, it honestly feels good, and it does kind of help bring a lot of the stress off your back. Or at least that's how it works for me. That's how it is for me. But, yeah. Thank you all so much for watching, and I guess I will see you all with you guys next time. Watch me whip the off button. Fuck, I missed.